Hi everyone. I'm Aurora from Susan's family. Today I'm bringing you the Tinkling wing cardigan, which consists of the hem, body, chest panel, sleeves and joining together, front band and buttons. First, work the hem, body and chest panel in order. Then work the sleeves, and then join the corresponding positions together. After that, work the front band, and sew the buttons at the corresponding buttonhole positions. This cardigan comes in two different sizes, and I'll demonstrate using the smaller size as an example. I'll explain separately when encountering different positions. This cardigan uses self-stripping yarn, which actually has multiple color segments. The starting position color varies when crocheting. The finished product will look different. Pay attention when joining yarn, and match colors at sleeve and chest panel positions. Be mindful that mohair yarn is difficult to unravel when crocheting. You can use any yarn available at home. First learn the crochet method, then proceed with the actual crocheting. For easier watching, I'm demonstrating with cotton yarn here. Colors are random. For specific yarn, color schemes and hook sizes, please refer to the detail page of our product and paper instructions. Before starting the actual crocheting, first refer to the gauge sample diagram on the pattern. Refer to the video for the crocheting method of the pattern. Crochet a gauge sample. Then, based on the measurement results, adjust your tension or change to the appropriate hook size to meet the required dimensions of the gauge sample. Let's start by learning the hem technique. The hem consists of multiple layers of patterns. Small size has a total of 5 layers. Large size has a total of 6 layers. All use chain cast on. Work back and forth in rows. Many different stitches are used. The chart provides corresponding markings. I won't go through each one here. Now watch me demonstrate the specific crocheting method. First, work the first layer. Start with a chain cast on. Before beginning to crochet, let me explain first. In the chart, blue and black lines use color 1. Pink lines use color 2. Check the color chart before crocheting. Select the corresponding color to begin. Pick up the matching yarn. Leave a yarn tail. Then make a slip knot. This starting knot doesn't count as one stitch. Gently tighten. Then work the corresponding number of chain stitches. Note that chains can be slightly loose here. This makes crocheting easier later. Here, one chain stitch represents one stitch. When crocheting, you can place a stitch marker on every 50th stitch. This helps check the stitch count. If you don't have stitch markers, you can use paper clips or safety pins instead. Continue crocheting downward. Check the stitch count again after completing. The loop on the hook is not included. My sample has fewer stitches here. Refer to the pattern chart for exact stitch count. This completes the starting chain. Now work row 1. Note, row 1 differs for small and large sizes. Both are made up of double crochets and chains. Here I'm using the small size as an example. If you're crocheting the large size, learn first. Then refer to the pattern chart to work row 1. Make 3 chains as beginning chain, as the turning chain for the double crochet correspond to the last stitch of the foundation chain below. Next, pick up the 5th chain from the end, which is the second to last stitch of the foundation chain. Pick up the top strand of this chain stitch. Work 1 double crochet. After completing, work 2 chains. These 2 stitches correspond to the 2 chains of the foundation chain. Skip these 2 stitches. Pick up the next stitch and work 1 double crochet. Then work 2 chains. Correspond to the 2 stitches below. Take a look. Consider 1 double crochet and 2 chains as a group. Repeat the pattern of 1 group downward. Continue crocheting until there are 2 stitches left in the cast on. After completing, work 2 more double crochets. Now the first row is complete. The side facing us now is the wrong side of the piece. You can flip it to the right side. This way the starting tail is on the right. Now look at the sample swatch for the large size after completing the first row. The side facing us here is the right side of the piece. The yarn tail is on the left. After completing the first row, you can roughly measure the length of the piece. Compare it with the measurements given in the chart. If there's a significant difference, adjust your tension and recrochet. Now let's work on the second row. The crochet method is the same for both sizes. Only the insertion points vary slightly. Pay attention to the chart for your specific size. I'll continue demonstrating with the swatch. Work 2 chains as beginning chain, as the turning chain for the half double crochet, corresponding to the stitch below. Turn your work and work 2 chains. Skip 1 stitch. Pick up the left chain space, and work 1 single crochet. Work 5 chains. Then skip 4 stitches on the left. For small size, it's 2 double crochets with 2 chains in between. For large size, it's 4 double crochets. After skipping 4 stitches, pick up the next chain space, and work 1 single crochet. Work 5 chains. This row treats 1 single crochet and 5 chains as a group. Repeat the pattern. Skip 4 stitches between each group. Pick up the next chain space and work. Refer to your size-specific pattern chart. Continue crocheting until the last single crochet. After completing, work 2 chains. Then pick up the starting stitch, and work 1 half double crochet, which is the 3rd stitch counting up from the bottom. Pick up the 2 threads near the edge and work this stitch. This completes the second row. Now work the third row. Chain 1 as transition. Doesn't count as 1 stitch. Turn and skip the stitches. Chain spaces and stitches. Pick up the large space of 5 chains on the left side. Work 9 consecutive double crochets. Continue with 1 chain. Correspond to a chain space on the left side. Skip this chain space. Work 9 double crochets in the next chain space. Check it. This row alternates between 1 chain and 9 double crochets. Note that 1 chain corresponds to 1 chain space below. Continue following the pattern chart until the last double crochet is completed. After finishing, pick up the beginning chain, which is the 2nd chain counted from bottom up. The 2 threads near the edge. Make 1 slip stitch. The oval slip stitch in the diagram indicates not to pull tight. Row 3 is now complete. Continue crocheting row 4. Chain 1 as beginning chain, as the turning chain for single crochet doesn't count as 1 stitch. Then turn the work. Pick up the previous 2 rows beginning chains, which is the insertion point of the slip stitch from the previous row. Make 1 single crochet. Then skip 1 stitch on the left side. Pick up the next stitch and make 1/2 double crochet. 1 chain. Make 1 double crochet in the stitch on the left side. Then follow the pattern of alternating chains and double crochets. Make 4 more double crochets. Pay attention not to skip any stitches. After completing, make 1 chain and 1/2 double crochet. Skip 1 stitch. On the left side is 1 chain stitch. Pick up the chain stitches from the previous 2 rows. Make 1 single crochet together. Take a look. Starting from the first half double crochet, the part made forms a group. I'll demonstrate the crocheting of a group again. Skip 1 stitch. Make 1/2 double crochet, then alternate chains and double crochets. Make 5 double crochets in total. Then make 1 chain and 1/2 double crochet. Then skip 1 stitch. Pick up the left side chain stitches from the previous 2 rows. Make 1 single crochet together. This completes another group. Repeat the pattern of 1 group to finish this row. The last single crochet should be made into the half double crochet stitches of the previous 2 rows. Wrap the chain from the previous row while crocheting. This completes the 4th row. Switch to a new color for the next row. Secure the yarn tail here. Chain 1 to secure. Leave a yarn tail and fasten off. Tighten the yarn tail. This secures the yarn tail properly. Now crochet the 5th row. Take out the corresponding color too. Work with double strands here, that is, from both the inside and outside of the skein. Take 1 strand from each. Combine the 2 strands together. Work them as 1 strand. For demonstration convenience, I'll continue using a single strand. First, join the yarn. Make a slip knot after leaving a yarn tail. Then, pull through the last stitch of the previous row. Pull through a loop. Adjust the size of the loop. Now the yarn is joined. Make 1 beginning chain, turn the work and skip the first stitch. Pick up the next stitch and work 1 single crochet. Note that since it's working back and forth, the stitches are on the top left. Don't crochet in the wrong place. After completing, check the work. Between the half double crochets and double crochets on the left side, there is a chain space for each stitch. Pick up these 6 chain spaces. Work 1 single crochet in each. Work 3 chain spaces between every 2 single crochets. Skip all the stitches without working them. After completing, work 1 single crochet decrease. The technique is to pick the corresponding position. First, draw the yarn through to make 2 incomplete single crochets. Insert into the left stitch and pull the yarn through. This completes 1 incomplete single crochet, then skip the left stitch. Pick up the next stitch to work 1 incomplete single crochet. Insert the hook, yarn over and draw through. Now there are 2 incomplete single crochets on the hook. Yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook in once. The single crochet decrease is completed. Starting from the second single crochet, consider this part as a group. I'll demonstrate again. First pick up 6 chain spaces on the left, and work 1 single crochet in each. Work 3 chain spaces between every 2 single crochets. Then work 1 single crochet decrease. First pick up the next stitch and skip the third stitch. Work 2 incomplete single crochets. After completing, yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook in once. Single crochet decrease completed. This completes another group. Repeat the pattern of the group to finish this row. The last single crochet decrease should pick up the remaining 2 stitches to work. This completes the 5th round. The first layer is completed. Then secure the yarn tails. Next, let's look at the second layer. Start with the first row. Take the remaining color 1 from the first layer. Join yarn on the first row of the first layer. Note that, for small size, work on the right side. For large size, work on the wrong side. Therefore, the joining position is different. For large size, join yarn on the left side. For small size, join yarn on the right side. Before joining yarn, we'll use the last 4 rows of the first layer as lace trim. Before crocheting the next layer, fold the lace trim to the right side. Then continue crocheting. The second layer is worked by picking up stitches from the first layer like this. Now I'll continue demonstrating with the small size as an example. First, join yarn. Then follow the pattern chart for your size. Complete this row. Note that the stitch patterns differ for large and small sizes. When crocheting, pick up only this row. Do not wrap other rows. For the last double crochet of the row, pick up the position of the turning chain to crochet. The first row is completed. After completing this row, you can see the last few rows of the first layer. Form this lace trim. For large size, rows 2 to 3 next. No new stitch techniques are used. Follow the pattern chart to crochet. Rows 4 to 7 match the last 4 rows of the first layer. Refer to the previous demonstration. Follow the pattern chart to crochet. The second layer for large size is now complete. Next, the first row of the third layer for large size. Refer to the demonstration of the first row of the second layer. Insert the hook at the corresponding position according to the chart. When crocheting, make sure the lace trim is folded toward the right side. Let's continue with the second row of the second layer for small size, and the second row of the third layer for large size. These 2 rows have similar crochet techniques. Both require decreases. Let's go through them together. I'll continue demonstrating with this swatch. First, follow the pattern chart until reaching the DC2 tog position. After completing, skip the 2 stitches corresponding to the chain. Pick up the next stitch and the 4th stitch after skipping 2. Work a DC2 tog together. First, work 2 incomplete double crochets. Yarn over and insert the hook. Yarn over and draw through. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. An incomplete double crochet is completed. Work another stitch. Yarn over, insert and pull through. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. Now you have 2 incomplete double crochets on your hook. Yarn over and draw through all loops in once. That completes the double crochet decrease. Work 2 chain spaces. Repeat 1 double crochet and 2 chains as a group. Continue crocheting. Refer to the chart for the exact number of groups. The chart will mark the number of double crochets in the spaces. That's the number of groups you need to work. When crocheting, make sure the chains correspond to the stitches or chains below. The number of groups differs for different sizes. Pay attention to the pattern chart for each size. Check it after completing. Work the double crochet decrease as a group starting from the completed part. This row, except for the beginning and ending which follow the chart, the middle section repeats this group. Let me demonstrate the double crochet decrease again. First, pick the corresponding position, and draw through 2 incomplete double crochets. Then yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook in once. The double crochet decrease is done. Now follow the chart and the previous demonstration. Finish this row. At this point, row 2 is completed. For the small size, layer 2, and for the large size, layer 3's remaining part. The crochet method has been demonstrated before. From here on, follow the chart to finish this layer. Then for the remaining 3 layers of the hem, except for the second to last layer, which requires decreasing on row 2, all others work even. The decreasing method has been explained previously. From here on, follow the chart. Finish the remaining part of the hem. When crocheting, if you need to join yarn, match the colors before joining the yarn. Refer to the completed sections. You can see the general color sequence. Then take the new yarn. Observe the color sequence of the yarn ball. It should match the crocheted part. If not, take yarn from the other end of the skein. After finding the color segment matching the yarn tail end, trim excess tail. Leave a yarn tail on the wrong side of the piece. Tie a knot with both strands near the base of the yarn tail. Then continue crocheting a few stitches. And weave in the tail along the texture of the wrong side. You can weave in for several more stitches. Then trim excess tail. This is the method for joining yarn and weaving in ends. Whenever you need to join yarn during the crocheting process, match the colors and continue crocheting like this. That's it for the hem section. Next, we'll crochet the body. This is worked back and forth on top of the hem. The new stitch technique used here is the CH3 picket. Now watch me demonstrate the specific crochet method. Let's start with row 1. This row is worked on the third row of the last layer on the right side of the hem. Before working, you can fold the remaining rows to the front side. Then pick up this row to crochet. Take the remaining color one from the hem. Match the corresponding position and join the yarn. Next, make 3 chains to start. Then work 2 double crochets. The second stitch is worked in the chain space position. Note that if there are stitches on the chain space, you can pick either side of that stitch to work. Next, skip the left stitch. Pick the left chain space and work continuously. 1 chain, 1 double crochet, 2 chains, 2 double crochets, 1 chain 3 picket. Here it's called picket for short. The technique is to work 3 chains first. Then pick up the front loop of the next stitch and the left loop. Work 1 slip stitch together. Pull tight. The picket stitch is completed. Continue to work 2 double crochets at the insertion point below. The stitch pulled out from this chain space is considered as group 1. Then pick up the left chain space and work 1 double crochet. Pick up the stitch and work 1 double crochet. Work 1 double crochet in the left chain space. Then skip 1 stitch and 1 chain space. Pick up the next stitch and work group 1, which is 1 chain, 1 double crochet, 2 chains, 2 double crochets, 1 picket stitch. First work 3 chains, then pick up the front loop and the left loop of the next stitch. Work 1 slip stitch, pull tight. The picket stitch is completed. Continue to work 2 double crochets on this stitch. This completes group 1. Skip 1 chain space and 1 double crochet. Start at the next chain space. Pick up chain spaces in turn, stitches and double crochets. Work 3 double crochets, then check when completed. This row alternates between 3 double crochets and group 1. Note that the insertion position at the beginning of the row is slightly different. Starting from group 1 number 2, the remaining part follows the pattern of 3 double crochets and group 1, separated by 1 chain space and 1 double crochet. Continue down according to the chart. Finish this row. This completes row 1. Next, crochet row 2. Make 3 chains as beginning chain. Turn the work and crochet 2 double crochets. Then on the 2 chain spaces of group 1 from the previous row, crochet 1 group 1 on the continuous 3 double crochets from the previous row. Work 3 double crochets correspondingly. Check it. This row alternates between 3 double crochets and 1 group 1. The insertion points also correspond vertically. Continue down according to the chart. Finish this row. Now row 2 is completed. For the remaining part of the body, up to the second to last row, repeat the same crochet method as row 2. Pay attention when crocheting the last row. The stitch techniques at the underarm positions on both sides change. Refer to the chart carefully while crocheting. After finishing, do not cut the yarn. This completes the body section. Next, crochet the chest panels onto the body. Divide it into left chest panel, right chest panel and back chest panel. The left and right here refer to the actual wearing position of the garment. First, continue crocheting the left chest panel using the remaining yarn tail. New stitch techniques used include DC3 tog, DC2 in 1. New method used is carrying the yarn across. Now, let's start with row 1. For larger sizes, complete this row according to the chart. For smaller sizes, the new stitch technique DC3 tog is used at the end of the row. The swatch has already reached the corresponding position here. Below demonstrates this stitch technique, which will also be used for larger sizes later. Let's learn this crochet technique together first. Pick the corresponding position. First, make 3 incomplete double crochets. Then yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook in once. DC3 tog completed. The following row 2 doesn't use any new stitch techniques. Complete according to the chart. Pay attention to the last single crochet, work into the picket chain space. Row 2 is now complete. Continue to row 3. This row begins by carrying the yarn across to the corresponding position first. Then continue crocheting. Secure the yarn tail first. Stretch the loop and thread it through the yarn ball. Tighten the tail. Then on the right side of the fabric, insert the crochet hook into the corresponding position for the beginning chain. Draw the yarn through. The yarn on the wrong side should be level with the fabric. Don't pull too tight to avoid puckering the fabric. This transitions the yarn tail to the corresponding position. Carrying the yarn across is done. Whenever you encounter a position that requires carrying yarn, just follow this demonstration. For small size, no new stitch techniques are encountered afterward. Complete this row according to the chart. The last stitch for large size is double crochet, 3 stitches together, which was demonstrated in row 1. Just crochet according to the previous demonstration. So row 3 is now explained. Afterward, for left chest piece, only the last part of row 12 uses the new stitch technique. Double crochet increase, meaning making 2 double crochets in the same stitch. No other new stitch techniques or methods are used. Moving forward, check the chart for your size, and complete the remaining rows accordingly. This is the sample after completing the crochet, so the left chest piece is now finished. Now let's look at the back chest piece. With the right side of the fabric facing up, from the left chest piece, move right to the corresponding position to join yarn. Then work back and forth in rows. The last 2 rows are divided into left and right sides. Starting from the yarn tail position, crochet the left side first. Then join yarn at the corresponding position to crochet the right side. No new stitch techniques are used. Refer to the chart to crochet. That completes the back chest piece. Now let's look at the right chest piece. Before crocheting, check the color sequence of the left chest piece. Confirm the color order of the yarn ball to ensure the colors of both chest pieces are symmetrical after completing. Approximately symmetrical. After confirmation, join yarn at the corresponding position. Continue working back and forth in rows. No new stitch techniques are used. Work down to complete this section according to the chart. That completes the right chest piece. Up to this point, the body and chest pieces are finished. Next, let's look at the sleeves. You need to crochet 2 identical ones, divided into 3 parts: the cuff edge, the sleeve body and the sleeve cap. The cuff edge is worked the same way as the hem. Here, small sizes have 3 layers, large sizes have 4 layers. After completing, crochet the sleeve body above. The sleeve body section requires decreases. The decrease positions vary by size. Pay attention to work according to the chart. After completion, continue crocheting the sleeve cap above. Small sizes will use a new stitch technique here: half double crochets and double crochets together. Large sizes will use double crochets and treble crochets together. 2 double crochets and 1 treble crochet together. Next, I'll demonstrate these stitch techniques using a swatch. Everyone first learn the corresponding stitches, then work according to your size chart. Half double crochets and double crochets together. First pick the corresponding position. Work incomplete stitches in order. The technique for an incomplete half double crochet is: yarn over, insert the hook and pull the yarn through. The incomplete half double crochet is done. Continue to work 1 incomplete double crochet. After completion, yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook. The half double crochets and double crochets together are completed. Double crochets and treble crochets together. First pick the corresponding position. Work incomplete stitches in order. That is 1 incomplete double crochet, 1 incomplete treble crochet. The technique is yarn over twice. Insert the hook and pull the yarn through. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops on the hook. Repeat twice. The incomplete treble crochet is completed. Then yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook. The double crochet and treble crochet together are completed. 2 double crochets and 1 treble crochet together. First pick the corresponding position. Work incomplete stitches in order. That is 2 incomplete double crochets, 1 incomplete treble crochet. Yarn over twice. Insert the hook and pull the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops on the hook. Repeat twice. The incomplete treble crochet is completed. Then yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook. 2 double crochets and 1 treble crochet together are completed. This completes the new stitch techniques for the sleeve cap. Refer to the chart to finish this section. The sleeve cap is finished. Also note that, after finishing one sleeve, before crocheting the other sleeve, match the colors, meaning the order of yarn colors should correspond roughly to the colors of the already completed sleeve. Then proceed with crocheting. This completes the sleeves. Next is joining together, divided into shoulder joining and sleeve joining. Start with shoulder joining. First align the right sides of the front left, front right, and back pieces. Align both shoulder edges. Start from either side. Work and join along the side on the wrong side. Join using working single crochets and 2 chains. Here's a shoulder joining method for you. Please watch the demonstration. Taking the right front piece as an example. Note, left and right front pieces refer to the actual wearing sides. Place the right front piece and back piece with right sides together. Wrong sides facing out. Start from either side to join. Overlap and align the shoulders. This swatch is the back piece. This is the right front piece. We start from the edge here. Continue joining all the way to this double crochet position. On the back piece, this is the double crochet position. Insert the hook through several strands of both fabric edges simultaneously. Join yarn. Work 1 chain. Work 1 single crochet at the join yarn spot. Then work 2 3 chains. I'm working 3 chains here, leaving a small interval. Insert into several strands of the fabric edge simultaneously. Continue with one single crochet. This distance is roughly the same as the chain length. Ensure the fabric doesn't shrink after completing. And when encountering carried yarn, wrap it into the stitches. Join by alternating one single crochet, 2-3 chains. Complete joining this edge. Fasten off the yarn after completing. That's how shoulder joining is explained. After shoulder joining, sleeve caps will form on both sides. Continue with sleeve joining. First turn the sleeve piece wrong side out. Align the side seams. Start joining from the cuff edge. Use the same method of working single crochets and 2 chains. Crochet and join along the side on the wrong side. Note that when picking up the cuff edge for joining, be mindful not to pick up the outer lace trim. Just pick up the adjacent inner position for joining. After the cuff and sleeve body are joined, join the sleeve cap to the armhole position. Note: the underarm joining position corresponds to the body section, matching the underarm endpoint position. Both front panels are evenly symmetrical. The middle part of the sleeve cap corresponds to the shoulder joining position. You can use a stitch marker to mark these 2 points first. Then evenly mark the positions in between. If you don't have stitch markers, you can use safety pins or paper clips instead. Then join the sleeves together. As long as the joining looks neat, and the overall texture remains flat, pay attention to avoid leaving large gaps under the arms after joining. Here's a sleeve joining method for you. Please watch the demonstration. The following demonstrates connecting 2 fabric pieces using single crochets and chain stitches. Place the 2 pieces right sides together. Wrong sides facing out. Overlap them properly. Insert the hook into the beginning chains at both corner positions. Join the yarn. Make 1 chain as your beginning chain. Make 1 single crochet in the same stitch. Then work a chain transition. The number of chains refers to the chart. Here work 3 chains. Then insert into the left side position. Pay attention to insert into both front and back pieces simultaneously. Work 1 single crochet. Then work a chain transition. Then insert into both pieces simultaneously. Work single crochets. Continue working chains and single crochets. Make sure the front and back pieces are aligned. Don't misalign. The placement of stitches isn't fixed. As long as while crocheting, the fabric lies flat. Continue connecting this edge. Fasten off the yarn when done. This edge is now connected. This is the effect seen from the right side. Up to this point, the sleeve joining has been explained. All joining has been explained. Finally, crochet the front band, working back and forth on the front band after joining is completed. The new stitch technique used is single crochet increase. Next, please watch the demonstration. First, work row 1, the right side of the garment facing us. Start crocheting at the left side front band here. Pick up stitches along the side edge. Pay attention when working on the hem. Do not pick up stitches on the lace trim. First, pick up the stitches or join yarn on the first row edge. Then make one beginning chain. Pick up the first row edge for beginning chain, or double crochet edge. Work 3 single crochets. Next row. Work 2 single crochets. Consider these 5 stitches as a group. Continue crocheting until the last row of the body. Once completed, move to the right front panel. First, pick up the next side edge. Work 3 single crochets. 2 chains. Then refer to the chart. Pick up the remaining right front panel, back panel, and work single crochets along the neckline edge of the left front panel. Pay attention to maintain symmetry. Also work 2 chains on the left front panel. The insertion point for the single crochet can be adjusted as needed, but the total number of stitches remains the same after completion. Refer to the chart for guidance. Work each section separately and check the stitch count. Chains are not included in the total stitch count. Once completed, continue to pick up the symmetrical left side of the body, and work single crochets along the hem edge. The technique has been demonstrated previously. This completes the first row. Continue with the second row. Chain 1 to begin. Turn the work and crochet single crochets. Work all the way to the left chain space. My swatch has already reached the corresponding position. Then pick up the chain space and work 3 single crochets. Continue to work single crochets evenly. Work all the way to the next chain space. Again, pick up the chain space and work 3 single crochets. Then continue to work single crochets evenly to finish the row. This completes the second row. Continue working row 3. This row will create buttonholes. Chain 1 to begin. Turn the work and work the corresponding number of single crochets. Then work 2 chains. Skip 2 stitches and continue working single crochets. C. The position of 2 chains is where the buttonhole will be. Continue working single crochets. Work all the way to the corner position of the right chest piece. Refer to the pattern chart. When completed, work 1 single crochet increase in the middle stitch of the 3 single crochets on the chain space. Work 1 single crochet increase. You can also work the single crochet increase roughly at the corner position. The single crochet increase technique is to work 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Single crochet increase completed. Then continue working single crochets. When you reach the symmetrical left chest piece position, also work a single crochet increase at the corner. Complete the row by working single crochets after finishing. That's all for row 3. For the following row 4, work single crochets correspondingly. When you reach the single crochet increase position from the previous row, you can refer to the pattern chart, or pick any one stitch of the single crochet increase. Work 1 single crochet increase. For the rest, work single crochets into single crochets. Work 2 single crochets into buttonholes. For row 5, simply work single crochets correspondingly. After completing, secure the yarn and fasten off. Continue working row 6 with this swatch. First, join the yarn at the first stitch of the previous row. Then make 1 beginning chain. Work 1 single crochet at the joining point, 3 chains and 2 double crochets. Consider the completed section as a group. This row is to repeat working this group. Remember to skip 3 stitches between every 2 groups. This group is now completed. Continue following the pattern. Keep working all the way down this row. The last pattern group. After completing it, pick up the last stitch, and work 1 single crochet. This completes row 6. This finishes the front band explanation. Finally, secure the buttons. With the right side of the garment facing us, align the front bands. At the position corresponding to the buttonholes, secure the buttons on the middle row of the front band. Use a color similar to the front band to secure the buttons. Secure with any sewing method as long as it's securely attached. This completes the button sewing explanation. Up to this point, the entire garment has been fully explained. If you still have unclear parts while crocheting, unclear points during the process, don't hesitate to join our Facebook group to get supports. Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.